I'm going to say, okay, Kids Across America family, I am here with Dr. Kimberly Johnson. She came and served at KAA last summer and was wonderful. And so one of the things I appreciated about her the most was every morning, the first time she would see me, she would put her hands on my shoulder and she would pray. She would pray for the day. And I could feel the prayers and I could see the prayers as you worked. And she always did everything with a smile, great heart, great attitude, and everybody noticed that. And so, Kimberly, I'm just going to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your hobbies, what kind of medicine you practice, all of that good stuff.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. And I just want to say this has been a marvelous experience, having served at KAA. And that's just how we got to keep things in perspective, is by prayer. I think that sometimes in the doing of our day, the stuff that we have to check off the box, we forget that we are anointed with sharing the gospel and pouring into children before we start doling out the medications and where are you supposed to be. We got to know why we're there and what we're there for, right? So that was my heart in praying for you, just to get us all kind of our minds on one accord.
I love
so I am currently in Rockwall, Texas. You know, I don't know if you know this or not, but we moved a day before we got in the car to head to KAA. So and now we're here exactly 1 year. I think it was, I don't even know what day it is. It's the 7th or the 8th. It was yesterday. But anyway, we're here in Rockwall, Texas. We moved from East Dallas. So we got 1 year underneath our belts. I've been married for 19 years. We got 4 children who all got to experience KAA last year, 16-year-old, 15-year-old, an 11-year-old, and also an 8-year-old. And so I am an internal medicine hospitalist. So I'm on the faculty at our hospital, Methodist Dallas. And my responsibilities are to take care of hospitalized patients, whatever brings them in, if it's pneumonia, COVID, heart attack, stroke, mental illness, that's what I do. But I'm also responsible for training up the new wave of doctors who just started July the 1st. Wow. So I also have that responsibility to teach them and just pour out everything that I know, just to so they can be equipped once they leave.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I enjoy doing if I'm not at the hospital, I do enjoy fishing, even though I don't catch anything, but I am. We just had a little dry summer. We haven't had any luck or any success as of yet. But I do enjoy gardening, exercise, cooking, just to name a few things. But on a spiritual front, the thing that is wrapped around my heart is discipleship.
Oh, awesome.
Discipleship of women, seeing them set free in Jesus.
That's awesome.
So that is what's wrapped around my heart.
Yes, that is so good. And yes, and I know every chance you got, you and your little one was in that swimming pool at camp. When you were being called to say, hey, we have a sprain, we have a this, you were enjoying the pool. I love that. And my husband loves to fish. So maybe next time when you come to camp, you'll be able to go fishing.
Girl, I will, honey. I got my tackle box.
Honey,
I took the kids fishing, the little one with me, just to get out of the house. Girl, he's even praying over the water. Lord, you told, Peter where the fish were when he cast his net. Let us pull in the bounty, girl.
Love that.
It didn't work, but it's okay.
In the fish.
Yeah.
So last summer, 2019 was your first time coming to KAA. How did you hear about KAA? How did you get involved?
Well, I was actually enrolling the children.
Okay.
Looking for a wonderfully comprehensive summer, experience for the children, and KAA actually came highly recommended.
Wow.
And so as I was enrolling them, I saw like a little blurb on the site saying, hey, if you can volunteer or, you know, and I'm like, you know what, it could be my summer camp too, you know, let me sign up. That's how it all started.
Wow.
And I think that in 2018 was when I was looking, but then it just didn't work out with the dates. But then 2019, it all worked out where I could be a part of and the children could be a part of as well.
That is so awesome. That was just a blessing from the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you came the day after you did all that moving, you were there.
Yes, it was a hot mess. And actually, we actually packed, just let you know just how much foolishness it was. We packed on the way. Okay. I had the chests because we've camped before and all of that.
Yeah.
We stopped at Walmart, I don't know, in Oklahoma somewhere, and like, who has underwear?
Oh my goodness.
You got bug spray.
Dr. Johnson. Oh my goodness.
I have never done that. Usually I got my list and boom, boom, boom. You know, everybody's set. I said, we are going, we gonna stop at the gas station if we need to get some towels and some flip-flops, but we're going to show up some kind of way.
All I can say is bless the Lord. He brought you. Bless the Lord. You got there. Oh my goodness. So as you were there, so what was it like? What was the experience like for you from the moment you got on the campsite to the time that you left? What was it? I mean, joys, challenges, excitements. What was it like for you?
Well, you know, it was all of the above because I see adults, right? That's my thing, 18, 17 years age and up. And I wasn't accustomed to seeing little people. Oh, wow. And I'm like, okay, Lord, let me get out bring my little medical books, whatever. And if what is, I don't know, somebody else I'm sure will. But so I felt a little bit uneasy there. And then even my suture skills, which y'all gave me plenty of practice.
Yes, we did.
Oh, goodness. So that is what kind of had me a little wigged out. But on the flip side of that, I met some incredible people, incredible medical staff, even seeing these young adults leading the groups. I even got to see, run into, you know, I know it's just God's providence of people that I knew that were there. And then even little Kendall ran into a little kid that he was in kindergarten with.
Are you kidding?
And they were in the same group. Yes.
That's
and
awesome.
So it was just a beautiful thing. Wow. And so what I didn't know, I learned or asked. And what I did know, I shared it and was able to meet the need. And my goal actually this year in preparation of coming back is to let the ER doctors know at my hospital, if you have any suture cases, just call me so you can come, you know, and show me, you know what I'm saying? So when I do come back,
girl, I'll tell you what, no one would have ever known you were wigging out. You were.
Girl, I was in the spirit. Okay, y'all, it's like, is she mumbling? Oh, okay.
Hey, well, you did great. It was awesome. And again, I'm telling you, everybody was like, who is that doctor? Man, she's good. She's all, her heart, her attitude is just so great. I'm telling you, you ministered. You had a great impact. Yes, ma'am. It was awesome. It was awesome. And so the challenging thing was just the children, the age group.
Right. Age and dusting off skills that I let atrophy.
Okay.
So you just got to stay relevant, really, you know, but it was in there. It's in there and you start doing it, he brings things back to remembrance on what you should do. You know, it works every time.
That is so good. That is so good. So what would be, if you think about that week, what was something that was a highlight for you as you were there?
Wow. Well, I think one of my major highlights, it's a personal highlight. And actually there were several, but one was actually letting my oldest son fly, letting him fly. You know, on the way up, you know how the radio frequencies are kind of sketchy. And I did listen to a program where a woman was just detailing her book about how at some point when your son gets in his teenage years, it gets kind of weird because they want you, but don't. They want your help, but they don't. And you have to be wise and recognize when that time is, because you don't want to still have an 18-year-old in a stroller, in a sense.
Right.
And so I received that. And my son struggled a little bit when he got there because he didn't feel a part of, and looks like everybody had some, you know, generational, they've been there and this is their 10th year, and he didn't have that experience. So he felt a little bit on the outside. And I had to say, brother, you just gonna have to sink or swim.
Yeah.
And so, but by the end of the week, you know, so I stayed back, right? When all of me wanted to go in and rescue, give an answer, bring a solution. This is what no, let him do it on his own. And by the end of the week, and God bless Chauncey, that was his group leader.
Yeah.
I saw a shift in my son that I've never seen before.
Wow.
And I really attribute it to, again, when you teach and you train, you just got to let the Lord activate what you do and multiply it and let him deal with it and let him do it. And so I was able to witness that, which was just a huge blessing. And, you know, that's just one of the highlights, and just to see the children and how they interacted in a different environment, how some it was like when I showed up to see Kendall, he's like, welcome, I want to introduce you to everybody. This is John, Joe, boom, boom. And that's just his personality. And I'm like, this brother is good, right? Got to meet.
Which camp was he at? Which camp was Kendall at?
Kendall, he was at
what age?
So he was 10.
Okay, so he was at KAA 1.
Yes, that one. That's right.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And Aja, she did great as well. So
yeah,
good friends. But yeah, I met some incredible kids too. I mean, I couldn't believe those were college students leading. Just incredible staff.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And so we got, you know, we go on trail and hunt those college students down. And so
incredible.
We need them. We need them. We need them. We need them.
Absolutely. Yep.
And so what was the week like for you? Just so did you just pretty much get up and go do breakfast, and you made your rounds, of course. So did you get involved with any of the other activities besides the swimming?
Oh yeah. I mean, the teaching was incredible. Just so
you said, did you go with Miss Linda in the mornings?
Yes, Miss Linda. And then I remember Lady Blue.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh. Phenomenal. And there was another young lady, I'm blanking on her name.
Probably Monisha?
Yes.
Monisha, yes. They're good.
You know, I still have my book where I reflect on, you know, some of the things that they said and what they taught. And so, you know, I was hungry to get up. So I know that it was at 6 a.m. So I was up, right? Wow. And when I could get there after rounds or before rounds, I would get started. But that was very impactful for me. And where I was able to go deeper and be fed while I was there.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. All right. Did you get out on the water any? I know you didn't get the fish, but did you?
I did. Yes, we did. We got out on the boat and got on the raft, and I got a chance to make some wakes and crash, you know, make the kids laugh. Like I'm looking at like a little, you know, I don't know, on the water, just like, is that her leg over there? Just to help her.
So you were able to get into some other activities. Good.
I did. And then I got into the homemade ice cream activities.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm still trying to work that off. You know, my little 4-pack went down to a 2 because of last summer. So, you know, I got to double up because of that ice cream.
I know that ice cream, that blueberry ice cream. Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay. So I'm telling you, we were so excited to have you. And I'm going to turn the corner a little bit and ask you about what's happening with you in your neck of the woods with Corona.
Yes.
Are you on the front lines, and what kind of encouragement, advice can you give us?
I am. Dallas, as you know, it's just one of the hot spots.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not even too up on the numbers here in Rockwall, but it's a little suburb of Dallas. So I would just um, assume that, all areas are going to be affected. But yeah, Dallas's numbers are incredible. I mean, it's a record every single day that is spun. And my role in it at my hospital is, as a hospitalist, we do have a COVID unit that I do rotate through with our other hospitalists. And so I do have an opportunity to be on the front line and care for patients that are sick enough to be admitted. And the thing that has me kind of scratching my head is you just really never know what turn it's going to make.
Wow.
Praise the Lord. I had a lady who was 100 years old and one that was 97 years old.
Wow.
They both did well. They were off of oxygen. They did great. The 100-year-old was, every morning I went in to go see her, she was like, where's my snuff? You have my tin of snuff.
No, she did not.
Yes, she did.
That is funny.
And I mean, she did great, but then you will turn around and have a 33, 36-year-old with no medical problems who show up and they pass away.
Wow.
And so it is just so unpredictable. But I'm learning. I'm able to pray.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing, where I am as just an opportunity to meet a need and to care for and get people home, so.
Yeah.
It is very scary, and it is also very disheartening for me. So I got to check myself because, you can't have any visitors, right? So it's just very,
hard.
That's the most difficult part. But thank God for technology that we can bring in some FaceTime and, for the patients. And it's difficult for your older individuals. And that's where my heart breaks is when they're there and they're isolated and,
nobody can come visit them. Yeah,
absolutely. So that's my space that I work in, and I'm glad to be there. I'm not afraid. I do what I need to do. I put my mask on, my face shield on, and my gloves, and I go and do my job and love as best as I can through this barrier and keep it going.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we appreciate you and all those on the front lines. And so I know that's not a hard thing. I know it's tiring. And I know you said even before we started the recording, you were just worn out, just meeting yourself going and coming. And so again, thank you for carving this time out. And so even in the midst of this, as the numbers are going back up, what kind of advice or encouragement can you give us?
Well, I think we're still in a stage of uncovering because there's so much out there in the media. This group of doctors say to do this group says that. Mind you, I work on the hospital side, right? So we use different medicines than say what other doctors are saying to use on the outside, right?
Okay.
If you test positive. Okay. But the encouragement is that take care of yourself. And I know there's a lot of, there's always going to be sides. I wear a mask. I don't, or this is a ploy from the enemy, or, this is just, a pandemic that has just been born, was just waiting to happen as other pandemics have. And so no matter where you fall on either side, this is a time for you to take care of yourself, and particularly for believers, just really use this time to listen to what the Lord has to say. I feel that this time of quarantine, it has ushered us all in as a family, where we've been able to slow down, and connect in ways that we haven't been able to connect. So I would say there's that encouragement. You don't walk alone in all of this. And, do your part, whatever that is. I know people who don't believe in wearing masks, but they wear it anyway, just to protect their brother or protect their there, sister. And I do believe this too shall pass.
Yeah.
And that we just need to run this race with endurance, looking to Jesus, right?
Yeah.
As the author and the finisher of our faith. So
Absolutely.
he is I try to keep him first and filter all of this through him and what is my role. And I think that's what we all should do in looking at this. What is my role in all of this? And how can I take care of myself and take care of my fellow man?
That's good. That's a good word. It's loving one another. All those love one another's, all those one another's it's loving one another.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so I appreciate you so much. I appreciate that word of encouragement and appreciate your heart and your love for the Lord and your love for people. It just shines through, and so it's a testimony of your heart and who you are in the Lord, the woman of God that you are. And I am so glad to meet you, have met you and known you.